Hello, good morning, viewers. Once again, we are welcome back to the Baramato Voice studio. As you are well aware, it is still the Baramato Voice election headquarters, a program carefully crafted to deliver to your doorsteps and in the comfort of your rooms the result of the recently concluded governorship and State House of Assembly election, particularly here in the state. We thank you for being with us all through yesterday. In fact, your support has been critical and is amazing. We thank you once again. Yeah, I remain Jeromario Tommy, and with me this great Monday morning is my very wonderful colleague.
Very well, Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa has been on break for some time, and thank God while we've been here slugging it out, but that notwithstanding, she's been working behind the camera.
Exactly.
She's a very, very active staff, and again we thank you for being there. But you know, many of you, before I come to you, Vanessa, you've been following from the office.
Yes, I have.
And how has the experience been? Were you surprised at the outcome?
Yes, I was surprised. I have been surprised from the outcome of the announcement.
Looking at this declared. Why is it that all of you are so surprised? Have you forgotten the issue of incumbent factor and all those things? And
that could play, but you know, going about. Before this election,
commentaries from Deltas and interviews and all that. So it was giving it to the opposition.
Yes, it was given to the opposition, and I'm so surprised with the results so far.
No problem. Maybe it's a sign that maybe after this election, all of us will head back to the school to go and study specifically Nigerian politics.
Exactly.
That you can defile every year.
Exactly. We need to. I think we need to.
So we're going to look at for the benefit of those that did not follow us yesterday. We look at the result declared so far. But before then, we equally inform you that the Inec headquarters in Asaba has resumed, and results they've resumed collation and announcement of results. And we hope to keep you posted. But before then, let's refresh our mind and everything with the results of as declared yesterday. Maybe you can come in.
Okay. As of yesterday, 5 local governments, 18 local governments were announced yesterday. We announced turnout in local government, the annual child North local government, Ndoka East local government, Patani local government, Udu local government.
I don't know. Can we talk about them flashly? Beginning with Ika.
Okay, beginning with Ika North East local government area. We have a total votes of 131,945, and APC got a total of 4,733. Labour Party 1,990, and the PDP 26,760.
That's like a tsunami.
Yes,
but
it is 26,000.
Looking at the margin,
it's cannot.
Yes. So what's the import or the implication? Why did you just say it's a cannot?
It's not where the.
Okay.
So I'm not really surprised.
Okay, all right.
In annual child North local government, APC got a total of 4,386. The Labour Party got a total of 1,883, and PDP got a total of 8,938 in annual.
Was it expected? That result, was it expected?
It's fair.
It's fair. It should be expected. You know, that axis belongs to Delta North, and I belong to Delta North Senate District, and the incumbent governor happens to be
expecting anything less than what we're seeing. In Dokwa East local government area, APC got a total of 9,044 votes. Labour Party 251 votes, and PDP 10,000 146. We have a close margin.
Yeah,
here.
it's not, and it's equally not unexpected.
Yes.
Meaning that it was expected. Why? That place, that axis, Ndokwa and Okwane, is like a battlefield for this particular election. You may ask me why. The two deputy governorship aspirants of the two major political parties are from the same circle, so you can imagine, you can understand, why their supporters and co.
While in Patani local government area, APC got a total of 4,743 votes, Labour Party 85, PDP 6,069 votes.
It still went to PDP and Patani is a Delta South exactly. So like the way I was when I asked our correspondent in Asaba yesterday who covered the collation and co. So he told me that he told us here in the studio that there were pockets of a protest. So I said, okay, looking at those protests, if you remove those concerns expressed by the opposition, could you, in all honesty, say that people truly or in fairness voted for PDP? He said yes, that he said he suspects, do you get it, merit votes.
Wow.
And so with that, one thing that is constant in this world is what? Change. But in most cases, that particular change is what we fear most. We may complain and complain and complain, and when we get to the polling unit, we say the devil is better than the angel that you do not know. So I'm not like trying to preempt what could have led to that, but it's not impossible. We think in most cases that way, exactly. Yeah.
Moving on, Udu local government area, APC got a total of 13,769, Labour Party 1,886, and the PDP 9,746. I think this was expected.
I'm not too conversant with the politics of Udu local government, but like our managing editor said yesterday, that Udu as a local government is known for being on the opposition.
Yes.
Do you get it? That if the party at the center is PDP, they go for APC, and it equally reflected. Even the PDP candidate for the House of Assembly from Udu equally lost.
Wow.
Yeah, he was defeated by APC. So that's to show you that it was like an organized resentment against PDP within the local government.
Yes.
So just before we go take the next result, were you surprised at the disappearance of Labour Party in the contest? Because they weren't there.
I was. I was surprised. Yeah. I was expecting them to be
at least let be neck.
Yes,
neck and neck.
Yeah, exactly. But we're seeing like a wild margin. And I'm like, what happened?
The same, but even the same feeling goes to the trashing of APC
as well.
I expected that definitely, like in every electoral contest, that somebody must win, and for someone to win, someone must go down. But I expected something like a thread like merging.
Yes.
Do you get it? Between the winner and the but this is not just a gap but a gully. Okay, we move on.
We move on to Ika South local government area. APC got a total of 6,790 votes. Labour Party got a total of 4,495, and the PDP got a total of 15,283 in Ika South local government area.
Normal.
It's normal.
It's no news, yes. If not for anything, Ika nation is a nation. It was only based on political consideration that they were divided into Ika North East and Ika South. Yes. So they're not the same thing. So there's no way they could have abandoned their brother.
Exactly. Moving on, Sapele local government area. The APC got a total of 12,090 votes. Labour Party 1,458 votes, and PDP 15,217 votes. I think that the Labour Party did not do so bad. Even in as much as we're saying that, okay, we're expecting them to have done better, but I don't think they did that bad, you know, as opposed to previous elections where you see them having nothing at all or less than this. But I think we can.
No, looking at the previous performance in the February 25th election, I expected a drop, but not with it.
Okay.
It was like a free fall, not a drop.
Exactly, yes,
it was like
true.
a free fall. So, but you know, in electoral contest, anything can happen. And
exactly,
24,
anything can happen.
And
5 minutes, 10 minutes,
10 minutes, even 24 hours.
24
Yeah,
hours.
exactly. It's a whole.
Happen.
It's like a whole year in political considerations.
Okay, so in Anyocha South local government area, the APC got a total of 4,623 votes, and the Labour Party got 5,107 votes, and the PDP got a total of 10,032 votes in Anyocha South local government.
Anyocha South and the North. Within that, as it has been PDP stronghold, so it's you know, I'm not surprised as a regular thing, a regular occurrences. But the only thing now is that they become so religious and so orthodox in holding on to PDP. Why people are opening up for change to occur, to, you know, for new parties to make inroad. And don't, you know, they are just holding up to their traditional PDP. So it's not. Okay, so we go on.
We move on to Uwe local government area. The APC got a total of 12,389 votes. Labour Party got a total of 6,340 votes, and the PDP got a total of 9,776 votes in Uwe local government area.
All right. Well, you know, to be fair, you know, with charity to all and hatred to none, I must say that one remarkable thing about the ongoing winnings by PDP is that it enjoys a kind of a statewide spread. It's not like one-sided. It's just like a bit from Delta Central, even Delta Central, where the ARC opposition you know, hails from. Yes. So it's a sign that maybe it speaks volume. Let's not say that Delta has spoken, but it speaks volume. You understand?
Okay, so moving on, Okpe local government area was also announced yesterday. APC got a total of 8,679 votes, Labour Party 1,155, and the PDP 14,544 votes in Okpe local government area.
That's an area where the PDP deputy governorship candidate is from. I think with this result, we can go straight fast track on the names and just the names of local government so far declared. Pomadi, yes, and leave the figure.
Ethiop East, Oshimili North,
yes,
Bori South local government, Oshimili South, Isoko North local government, Ugeli South local government, and finally Ethiop West local government.
Yesterday, in all, how many local governments were declared?
18.
And out of the 18, 15 went to the PDP, while APC retained 3. Okay, but maybe before we move on to the day's result, as why is it that Inec is, you know, silent about other political parties? Because as at my last check, I remember that there were 16 contenders. Is it that there was no stray vote to any of them, or what? Or they just decided not to waste their time? I think even if it was one, is their right. They need to be. They need to be, you know, announced and applauded for at least for getting. So, but this one, it was just like a straight fight between PDP, APC, and the Labour Party. Yes, exactly. Okay, so So for today's results, local government so far released, we have which local government do we have? We have Ugele notes.
Okay, just released.
Yeah, just released as of today. Okay, so and as released, the total registered voters is put at 223,083 votes. Total registered voters, out of which accredited voters is 55,130. I think I take it again, 55,130. Then total voting pattern, APC scored 34,955 votes, Labour Party 1,438, and PDP 15,198 votes.
Okay.
PDP 15,198 votes. Total valid vote was put at 53,232. Rejected votes 1,453, and total vote cast was put at 54,685. I think there is a note added there by the. No. Okay, all right. So this is the first result for the day. From Ugele, and by my own understanding, Ugele North is supposed to be one of the major stronghold of the APC. APC, yes. Simply because we talk about proximity in politics, that the APC governorship candidate is from within that axis. Yeah, so that would have, but I don't know what happened. Now, Vanny, don't you think we are going back to our traditional mentality of party rather than any other consideration?
I think so.
This issue of party, yeah, because, but as well, who knows what Deltans had in mind? It's not equally impossible to, argue on the line that people may have looked at the two candidates and believe that this has been with us, while the other one is a federal, this is state. I think Deltans owe the world a lot of explanation as to why they choose, or voted how they did, the way they did.
Exactly.
You understand?
I think that they do.
Yes, okay. You are a stakeholder. In all honesty, what were your expectations before we went into this?
My expectations from Deltans, I've been commentary Deltans. I was really expecting them to have gone for the opposition party, but so far, like you said, we need to find out from Deltans why they made this choice. After the whole issue. Report,
Ugele North local government area report. The returning officer reported that there was incident of destruction of election materials in areas and overvoting in Ward 7 that was cancelled. He also reported that there was no election in Ward 8 in Ugele North. Then responding, one Emeka
Emeka Omerabo, chairman of the IPSC in Delta State, challenged the results from Ughelli North. And Kingsley Esiso, a PDP chairman in Delta State, also alleged that the deputy president of the Senate, DSP OMO-AGEGE, is involved in holding Inec official hostage in Ward 9 of Ughelli North local government area of Delta State. Also, Efe Duku, representing APC, said his party condemned the alleged hostage taking of some Inec official. He said he condemned what he described as demeaning the reputation of the deputy president of the Senate, OMO-AGEGE, by the PDP and its agents.
Okay.
This is the report we just got from the just announced
It's as if the same trend continues, because every report as released yesterday, nearly 80% of the reports were accompanied by
but I'm seeing that the returning officer said there was incident of destruction of election materials and voting in Ward 7 was cancelled, but there is an announced result.
Of course.
How do we get to that announced result if there was cancellation of a vote in a part of Ughelli North? So how is that possible to have like a result from
it's as simple as this. There is like in law, there is something called appreciable impact.
Okay.
Look at it. If maybe let's assume that we held an election in a local government such as this, local government A, and I have scored maybe 100,000 votes.
Okay.
You scored 200,000 votes.
Okay.
And one polling unit was cancelled. And the total number of registered voters in that polling unit is like 1,000. Okay. So it's immaterial. Even if election is conducted, there's not going to change the outcome already that is already in existence.
But it's also fair for the other party to know his total votes gotten from that axis.
No, even in ordinary conventional commentary, we know the number that's supposed to form a polling unit. Okay. So they must have placed all those things into consideration. But from the aspect of justice, I see it as disenfranchisement of the people of that community. Even if their vote is not going to change anything, they should allow them to cast the vote. Who knows, maybe their vote may increase the winning margin of the person that is already winning, or equally, or close the gap. Close the gap of the person, for the person that is losing. Yes, exactly.
That's my point.
So, but I guess Inec
I feel like we are all important, and our votes
Inec in this current practice, has proved to be very stable in their operation and the way they handle issues, as against what Deltas and of course the nation experienced in the previous elections. So I know they will pay attention to such observations, because even yesterday we were joined by the Inec officer in charge of voters education and enlightenment. We got him from Asaba. He spoke to us via telephone, and he told us that they are looking at the merit of all the petitions so far received. You understand? So far received too, and if they are not lacking in merit, they will give all those petitions the attentions
Okay, just coming in our results from Okwani local government area. From Okwani local government area, the total registered voters 89,658, accredited voters 24,108. APC got a total of 7,591. The Labour Party 791. The PDP got a total of 14,640 votes. The total valid votes 23,596. The rejected votes 485. Total votes cast 24,081. Then the returning officer reported that there was no election in Amai on Saturday, but it later held on Sunday.
Yes, it was reported here.
So this bringing the total announced results to
20 local governments out of the 25
local government. Wow. Okay.
What's your take? Again, the same, because if this issue end this way, it will be wrong to characterize the winning as landslide, or even a tsunami, something like that. So, as in, or don't you think or feel the way I'm feeling?
I don't even know what to feel.
Okay, that's a good one.
I don't know what to feel honestly, but there's progress.
Yeah.
Okay, just in another local government has been announced in Dokwa West local government area. In the Dokwa West local government area, a total registered voters 104,754. Accredited voters 27,883. The APC got a total of 10,252. The Labour Party got a total of 935 votes, and the PDP got a total of 15,539. Total valid votes 26,989. Rejected votes 536. Total votes cast 27,525. Returning officer reported that there was overvoting in Ward 6. Overvoting in Ward 6.
And the implication of overvoting is that going by the Electoral Act is that once the issue of overvoting is recorded, that unit is automatically cancelled. Yes. And once there is equally a reported a case of violence in a polling unit, that unit goes. So, but I believe those are the areas maybe when this administration must have settled, and the incoming administration must have settled, and that the National Assembly need to look into because is equally a plot to steal votes from your opponent's stronghold. Yes, if let's assume that this is your stronghold, this studio is your stronghold, I can as well look for a way, send people to come and cause a kind of disturbance here. They will say, oh, there is, reported challenge of this disease. Here is cancelled. Because I know from inception that I'm not going to win. So what I need to do is to, ignite an act that will rob you of your own votes too. The same thing is equally applicable. It's not impossible that there are ways we can arrange for overvoting in an area that is your stronghold, and there wasn't even a clear interpretation of what an overvoting implies, because just one vote additional qualifies as an overvoting, and maybe you've scored maybe 1,000 and something votes, that nullifies everything. So they should look at it and they see how
it really needs to be looked into.
No law is equally perfect, so but what is required of lawmakers is to always look at the law from the changing need of the society and allow it to reflect. Yes, exactly.
So this brings to a total of 21 local governments announced, and we have about four left. Okay.
Well, is the Inec's responsibility to complete the pronouncement, and that the release of the results. But like in the game of football, if the competition ends goalless or maybe draw, and there is a penalty shootout, maybe they allocate 5-5, and you play and score. You play the first three and score, while I lose my first three. I don't think there's any need to continue. There's no need, because even if I win I score the remaining two, it's not going to cancel the 3 goals and there. So I think that this practical example demonstrates the state that the result is now with looking at the number, the number of local government, and even the merging. I don't think there will be miracle coming from the 4 local government that will change what we already have. So it can only help narrow the gap, but that's just that is if allowed. Chances are that it may help widen the gap. Yeah, exactly. But Deltans have spoken. Don't you think so?
Yes, Deltans have spoken from the results
so far. Until maybe tribunal says otherwise. That is, if there's any party that feels aggrieved, you get it, or feel that there's something that is not straight, you get it. So, but for now, we work with what has been released by the instituted and the constituted authority, which is the Independent National Election Commission. I mean, commission.
Yes.
Sorry. So now, let's peep into Inec. Holistically, do you think Inec has performed?
I think Inec performed
placing the first and second. Yes,
I even think they did better in the first one. I think they performed better in the 25th presidential and national
with the pockets of challenges across the country and everything. Or are you of the opinion that in every electoral contest people must complain? Are you looking at it from that angle? I'm not looking at it
from that angle. I'm saying that from performances, from reports, I think that they performed better in the 25th presidential election
as against that of this last Saturday.
Saturday's election.
Wow, I prefer this. I saw a relative improvement on the part of Inec in this recent
What improvement? In what areas?
Early arrival of Inec officials and the early arrival of materials, voting materials and peacefulness and on the part of the election and what have you. What I only, the only area where I felt bad is in, increased in voters apathy. People did not turn out
and
if you look at the result too, you will understand what I'm trying to establish. In some local government, you will see 100,000 people registered, then accredited voters.
Why would you think?
16.
Why would you think that a thing like that could happen or happened?
No, there are so many reasons.
Because they came out in their numbers during the election.
But there are so many reasons that explain that fact. One is the experience. Many felt that their vote did not count. Looking at the outcome of the previous result, that was one. And another thing is that the coming of beavers, you get it, has assisted appreciably to sanitize the entire process. That's it. That's the truth. It has assisted appreciably in sanitizing. Before there was no, a conventional or a strategic way of cross-checking who registered and appeared to vote. And before they just, okay, how many registered votes do we have? Voters do we have? They say 100. Okay, let's print 96,000. You get it? But now, no registered voter, no vote cast, because beavers have succeeded in checkmating that process. So those you can even feel it from local government that used to churn out huge numbers of votes. Everything now suffered. Everything now died down, as in the number and everything that came out from those areas. So those are the things that I feel are responsible for as to why the process appeared sanitized. The coming of beavers, but even at that, beavers wasn't 100% in.
But we need 100%. It's possible to
life is a process. Life is a journey.
Life is a journey, but 2 weeks is enough to cover up every loophole that they had during presidential elections.
We may not be flying, we may not be running, we may not be walking, but we are moving forward, meaning that we may be crawling. Do you get it? As in our electoral process, the journey to electoral perfection. And another thing is that no electoral process across the world is perfect. There was a time when between a Bush and the president, they let the Bush, that's the Bush Junior, the Junior Bush, against Al Gore. Al Gore was then the vice president of the United States under Bill Clinton. So when Bill Clinton was about leaving, he contested against Bush. So it was so complex and complicated that to the extent they couldn't trust the electronic medium again. They now resort to manual counting of vote. That's a sign that no electoral process
It's perfect.
Every process is capable of being compromised. I'm not saying that they are in the US that they compromise the process, but something for a nation that is as developed as that country to have resolved to is a sign that something unholy wanted to happen or could have happened.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that is just it. So Inec is moving forward, and if you compare this Inec with the previous Inec that we used to have under the then Professor Morrissey, who and everything, and everything, you understand that we are moving forward.
Yes,
exactly,
yes.
we are moving forward. So that's just it. But back to Delta, which is our major concern in this, here in the studio. I think that this result says something new and different. You get it, and part of that experience or shock is that it's not what happens, it's what happens on the day of the election that determines who wins. Every other thing, commentary and code before the election is mere commentary. Yes. It ends on the eve of the election. Yeah, and those looking at those commentaries, they were so strong and so enticing and threatening that even when there was a kind of exodus from PDP to All Progressive Congress, as in by members, there was this massive defection from the PDP. But that notwithstanding, look at it, the result is out, and PDP is pointing to the fact that it's still, a party to beat in the state, and that is not yet interested in letting go Delta State. Or do you feel do you have any contrary view?
No, I don't.
Okay. So it's fine, and maybe if it finally goes the way it is headed, I think the governor need to be commended too, at least for wading through all the whatever challenges and to sail the boat or the ship called PDP to victory. It calls for commendation, but it's not something that we can say now because the process is still ongoing. Anything can happen. It is not over until it is over. But whatever commentary that is coming out from here this morning is based on the result released so far. Now let's take a glance at those results again. Warri South, Warri Southwest,
Warri Southwest.
We are still expecting the
Still
result.
expecting the result too.
And part of Warri Southwest, their election was completed yesterday.
Yes.
It couldn't hold on Saturday. So
Saturday.
what are you expecting? Let's peep into the future.
Can we even really predict anything right now?
Okay, that is.
We can't really predict anything now. We just expect the result and accept it the way it
But
comes.
if you look at Warri Southwest, that local government has been a staunch PDP stronghold. Yeah.
So we
And with the way PDP is going, I don't think they will lose that local government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the current, from that is my personal opinion anyway.
Yes.
And another thing, there are so many surprises arising from this electoral contest. if we go back to the February 25th election, you will discover that even the Delta Central went to the All Progressive Congress at the Senate level, senatorial level. The senator of the APC, the senatorial candidate of the APC won.
In Delta Central.
In Delta Central.
Also at the Delta South.
South, exactly. So what has changed between 25th of February and now that made, PDP as a party made no sense of all those calculations and permutations? People believe that maybe it's because governorship and the House of Assembly election is like a grassroots, exercise. This is my brother, I know him, he knows me, we used to eat from the same pot and just like that. So, Warri Southwest, when it comes, I'm particularly interested in that result to see where it will finally.
But looking at the other PDP strongholds, and you saw that they won there, so we shouldn't expect anything less from the Warri Southwest being a PDP stronghold area. So I believe that they would also win in that area.
Okay. Isoko result, I think, added also to the victory of the People's Democratic Party, knowing very well that they gave the PDP candidate a very wide victory as in votes, and Oshomili South too is equally another contributing factor or local government but there's no way they could have voted against the PDP. This is my personal opinion anyway. Why, if you ask me, they are the landlord to the government house. And either by, should I say, fair or foul means, the whoever that is in the government house must have impacted in their lives. Do you get it? So there's no way, looking at the principle of proximity, they are very close, they are this, they are that,
exactly.
and so that informed why they recorded that huge number, over 35,000 votes. In fact, that, as it stands, is like the highest until maybe the remaining 1 or 2 out of the remaining 4 local government areas that are yet to be declared upturns that feat. Well, the election is done and done and dusted. Do you get it? And we are waiting for the result of the remaining 4 local governments. While we do that, we ask you, our dear viewers, to help make this program both participatory and interactive by reaching us here live in the studio using the telephone number on your screen to call us. You can as well access us by dropping your comment at the comment box, at the comment section. Yeah, or use any of our social media platforms. Your contribution, comment, observation, and even analysis will assist us, in coming out fine as a media organization. We are still expecting the rest of the result. Funny. Lagos. APC retained Lagos. Yes. PDP retained Oyo State. And Ogun State, still went to APC. Why must we expect something different here in Delta? It's a question. If you can provide the answer, good. If you cannot, you ponder on it.
I think we need to ask Deltans that.
Why? Okay. Is that okay? No problem. So, I think another result was
we just got a result from Warri North local government area. In Warri North local government, the total registered voters we have 110,363, accredited voters, 15,494. The APC got a total of 4,165 votes. Labour Party 205 votes, and the PDP 10,367 votes. Total valid votes 15,139. Rejected votes 355. The total votes cast 15,494. Reports from Warino local government says that FA Duko, representing the APC, objected the results from Warino. That's expected. You know, there's something about this election. When you are not on the winning side, you would always object.
It's part of it. It's part of.
Reject the results. But when you are winning, you remain calm and you don't say anything about it. You feel like, okay, it's well deserved. So that's the report we got from Warino local government area.
Wow. So the winning spree continues
for the PDP.
Yes. Well, it's not, you know, in politics anything can happen, and I'm not surprised in any form that is going on, because we are just like the Inec is the electoral umpire. We are equally in the media world. We are the umpires. We are here not to support anybody. We announce whatever that gets to us, and based on, and we comment based on the principle of objectivity. So Deltans have made a choice, and it's gratifying to know that it came out peacefully, and the results are now, the election was conducted.
It was a peaceful election here in Delta State.
So we celebrate.
Is it the INEC now or the security personnel?
No, I think it's the people's decision.
Really?
Yes, very well. That's the way the people chose to be peaceful. Had it been, there were reported cases of where people wanted to, and security forces pushed them back. And you can say we give a applause to the, you know, yes, a clap of hands to the security. But now there was no such report. So the respect and the praise goes to the people who chose to be, other yes, exactly, yeah. That's the way it goes. Well, but while we talk about that, it's equally important that we know that hello viewers, once again you're welcome back to the studio, and it's still Baramatu Voice Election Headquarters. We are here live and direct to give you the update. But you know, to the glory of God and in the spirit of appreciation, we announce that we are gradually getting to the end of this project. It's been a very long program, but finally we are getting to the end of it. We now have how many results on our
22 results.
22 out of 25. So just 3 left, and okay, we have two local governments. Two local governments.
Just in now is the Isoko South local
exactly.
government.
So we have two.
Okay, we have the Isoko South local government area. Total registered voters 140,822. Accredited voters 38,902. Labour Party got a total of 15,954.
Okay, just sorry, we'll come back to that. Yes, to that result. And we are now being.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. And how are you this morning,
Fine.
Mr.
John Good.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Charismatic at the Collation Center.
John Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Center.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Good to have you this morning. And how is it going?
Yes, it's going on well. It's just that there are some issues that are being raised by the All Progressive Congress representative here. That is Honorable Efeduku, Efeduku. Efeduku challenging the results from Warri North, Isoko South, Okwani and Ndokwa West.
Okay.
It's challenging the results, saying that was from areas where there were no election and the results were changed according to this allegation, which I submitted petition for. And the PDP also challenged the result from Ugeli North, alleging that the president of the deputy president of the Senate, DSP OMO-AGEGE, was involved in hostage taking of Inec officials for 2 days in Ward 9, Urugu. But the rec who is talking right now, you can hear his voice side, said the Inec officials that were taking hostage or kidnapped have been released.
Okay.
So Ifeduku also countered him that he's bringing the name of the DSP to record that the DSP never partake in that and that the APC condemned the action in totality. So based on the Ifeduku's complaint, you can hear his voice in the hall, you are listening very well. The rec is now reading the Electoral Act and how APC can challenge their grievances instead of always challenging every position.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So is a direct opposite of yesterday's experience.
Sir?
I said what is happening today is a direct opposite of yesterday's experience. Yesterday's was so calm and orderly.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I would say it was calm because of the president. Possible maybe the representative of the APC yesterday is not as spoken as
the correct. Okay.
That's what I see. The one of the APC candidate representative yesterday was always challenging the result, but possible because maybe it's not as spoken or maybe the quiet type, like the man representative now, Honorable Efeduku, D-U-K, you not Duku.
Okay,
maybe that is why the issue, because it seems the man is a lawyer because of always reading the Electoral Act, referring the rec another person's head. So I would say that is why there is noise in the hall right now.
Okay. All right. Just before we let you go, from the current development now or the ongoing development, do you think they will allow the rest of the results to be announced?
Yes, they were. I'm very sure the one from Burutu and Warri Southwest are already here. Because while coming out to answer your question, I will not disrupt all the call, the altercation between the REC and the APC of Efeduku will not disturb our cause. As I came back now, I saw many people coming in from Inec officials coming in with electoral voting materials. Election material, which means conducted one, which means results from either Burutu or Warri Southwest just arrived, I'm very sure. The ones that are remaining now.
Alright.
Okay. And if I mean, from which local government? Hello, sir, which local government? Brutu just came in now.
Okay,
what about Warri Southwest? Is Warri Southwest here? Hello, ma. Is Warri Southwest here now? Is Warri Southwest? Okay. I just asked an Inec official and he said Warri Southwest are not come, but Brutu is already here.
Yeah, okay, alright.
So,
okay.
and those are the only two local governments that
left.
And so far, of the 23 local governments have been announced, APC have won only in 4, while the PDP have won in 19 of the local governments.
Wow. All right, thank you so much for the good work you are doing. Again, many thanks, and do stay safe, please.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ellie, do good. Fine, and the report of Paramount Radio.
Wow. I feel unnecessary, really cold, that I cannot even trace where it is coming from.
Why?
Maybe as a result of what is going on. And, well, it's part of the process.
Exactly.
Yes, it's part of the process. Like a few days back, they asked Obi, what do you make out of the whole electoral process? He said we are still a developing nation. Exactly. And being a developing nation, you expect issues such as this. That's just it. But we have to move on. We can now take the result again.
Okay, the
yes,
results
exactly.
from
Isoko
South local
yes,
government area. The total registered voters 140,822. Accredited voters 38,902. APC got a total of 15,954. The Labour Party 492, and the PDP got a total of 19,963. The total valid votes cast 38,109, rejected votes 528, total votes cast 38,637. Then the returning officer reported that Inec officials were held hostage and materials destroyed at Uzere, multiple voting at Aviara Ward 10, and as a result of this, it led to cancellation of that ward.
Okay.
What do you have to say about returning officers being held hostage?
No, it's for whoever that have been monitoring the electoral process in Nigeria, they shouldn't be a surprise to such a person. The reason is not far-fetched. In Nigerian politics is likened to war, and in war all is fair. You can imagine. So there is nothing like morality, justice, peace when it's from my own angle, what we are even doing is not politics, as in it's not election. What is happening is elite struggle. It's not, you call it democracy, you call it all those are just the kind of photocopies of what we had in mind when we started. But currently as we speak, what is going on is the struggle is a struggle among the elites. They are just fighting, but one funny thing is that they have a way of reconciling. At the end of this season of struggle and whatever, they have a way to call themselves to order, and life moves on. We are like
we tell the electorate that election is not a do or die affair, because these people have a way of
of course.
And then the electorate and others talks and all that, they have a way of losing out.
They have a way out. They will definitely lose out. They lose out definitely. And the ongoing process should equally make all of us have a rethink. I've always expressed this notion that democracy being defined as government of the people, for the people, and by the people, it has never worked in this part of the world. And in fact, one thing we should not forget, we must not fail to remember, is that when democracy was designed, they had no black man in mind. That one is certain, and that's more reason why it is not working here. Like my friend will say, the 90% of the books across the world were written at night, and you want to read it in the afternoon and understand it. That is not working. Do you get it? So you want that like using it to underscore why we should be awake at night to study, because most of those books were written at night, so you can't read it during the day and understand it. The same thing with democracy. I have come to the understanding that democracy in Nigeria is nothing but the government of the few who controls others. That's just what is being what is playing out now. It's like a chain. If I'm the leader, I have over 100,000 followership. So if I'm coming for negotiation with you, I negotiate based on the strength of my followership.
Yes.
And as soon as you are able to meet with my needs or my demands, I go back and tell them, you know what, we switch to A. And what set the stage for this kind of practices, because our political culture lacks ideology. In America, you see the Republicans and the Democrats. You can never see a Democrat cross over to this and that, because they join political parties based on what? Ideology. I love the ideologies of the Democrats.
That's true. Never had a situation whereby this person is crossing
over. No, it's because it's based, even when you are losing, serially you've not been able to produce the presidency. Do you get it? The president. You remain in your politics. Yeah, because you are not there for money making. You are not there for stomach infrastructure. You are not there to, you are just there for public good.
Yes.
Do you get it? But here in Nigeria, all these things are happening because the so-called leaders are not going there for public good, but for what? For private gains. That's exactly, and that is what is their farm. Look at it, is their farm. So, and you can't fold your hands and allow somebody to come and take over your farm. That's why they fight fight dirty to ensure that they remain in that position, or to remain possibly at the corridor of power. You can imagine if you trace most of the so-called leadership or the public office holders, most of them have no history before now. Somehow, through one or two ways, they got to that place. They've been not just paperweight, but portfolio Nigerians. They carry portfolio up and down, but now they've got into the power, and they have no plan on where to go if they leave office. That's why they usually see the office at their last bus stop. Yes. So and the only solution to this is to make the public office in Nigeria less attractive. All these people that stumble on top of themselves, they want to serve, they want to represent, if you make the office less attractive, they will all look for the nearest exit and leave politics.
Who are the people that will make it less attractive?
That is the problem.
That's the same people that are
yes, that's why we are on a vicious circle, because the people that are supposed to make, take that step towards making the center or public office less attractive, they are the ones that are there. And so it's self-perpetuating, and we're on a circle, and who will break that vicious circle of poverty is what I don't know. But one thing is sure, looking at the movement by the obedient group recently, not that I'm like endorsing the group, but it's a sign that if the youth or Nigerians can resolve to change the narrative, it is very, very possible. Yeah, that's what it means. That it may not happen, it may not be a one-off thing. You get it, but a gradual process. Yeah, exactly. No nation fails in a day, and no nation succeeds in a day. So both success and failure, they are both systemic. So this year or this electoral season, you achieve this, next you achieve that, and on and on and on and on. It keeps going. Before you know it, you get to where you are going to, which destination is development and socioeconomic growth. There is a saying that Rome was not built in a day. Now let's go back to lay emphasis on the report we just got from Asaba now, that
temperature is rising.
Is going up. Do we truly need all this?
Well, if, like he has explained to us, if they're truly being unfair to them, if they're if justice is not really being served, I think it's okay to speak out.
But are there no more polite ways to do this?
Because he said that he was, reading or speaking from the electoral laws and all that. So maybe it was.
But don't you think that there are better ways to, ventilate this concern?
The only better way is to follow the due process.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, viewers, we are being joined by one of our very own, a very regular guest here in our studio. He's not that person, but Ambassador Darlington Osai. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, once again, we are welcome back to the studio. This is Jerome Tommy, and with me is
Vanessa.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get the name of the person that's with you.
Prebo Vanessa.
She's one of our very own.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us this morning. As it is said in politics that 24 hours could be, could mean so much. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And we are experiencing it now. You are looking at the result just the way we are publishing it.
Yes.
What is your take, sir?
Apart from looking at the result the way you are publishing it, I'm sure you are aware that as a domestic observer and a player in the civil society, we also have our Delta State Civil Society Situation Room.
Okay.
Where we have some of our activists and our civil society operators. They are right there with them in Asaba right now.
Okay.
At the center, and then they are sending me their reports also, and we're having video real-time reports being read out. The truth of the matter is that, like we said during our analysis, it was very obvious that at a point in time, PDP was having the upper hand. At a point in time during the time for campaigns, it got to a time where it became obvious that it was almost becoming glaring that APC was nowhere to be found in the campaign. It went to sleep, and after a while, especially as soon as it was announced that Ahmed Bola Tinubu won the election, APC became active again, and all of a sudden we saw APC everywhere mobilizing with all strength and all of that. And I told you while I was making my analysis in the studio the other day, that based on this level of preparation, anything can happen. Right? Based on the level of preparation. And then I mentioned, I remember mentioning too, that Kempela was not going to be a factor in the election.
You said so, you predicted so, yes.
And we can see now that it's almost an appendage, apology to his person and apology to his party. But it's a simple reality on ground, right? So one of the things that we have seen in this election is that don't undermine the electorate.
Yes.
If there's anything that is glaring from this election now, don't undermine the electorate, because one person has the power to influence 200 people. So if you multiply that by multiplier effect, it means that you have 200 people in your circle. You multiply the 200 people by 200. Okay? So at a time like in Nigeria, it's important for the political gladiators to understand that undermining the people comes with their consequences. Even PDP received some lashes in some areas that they assume to be their stronghold. Like who would believe, who would think that in Udu, PDP will have such poor performance as against the led party? But you and I know very well that there have been outcries, there have been complaints about the local government chairman in that particular local government has not been very productive. He has not been very participatory in the activity of his people, right? Otu Jeremy is saying, okay, if there's no surprise that OMO-AGEGE will win Ughelli North, that's where he's from. There's no surprise that he has done very well for his people. Everyone knows. In fact, one of the greatest problems he has right now is that he did so much and too much for his people. Do you understand?
Yes.
So there's no surprise that.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so were you expecting the margin between the PDP and the APC? Hello?
Hello.
Were you expecting the margin between the PDP and the APC?
I didn't hear you. You said what?
Were you expecting the margin between
the margin? I was not expecting the margin because as an observer, I mentioned earlier was it your station that called me, or was it okay, another station called me earlier today, and one of my observations was that we had low turnout. Right? Yes. One of the reports that we got this part of the state from Udu, Wari, Uwe, right? The turnout was very low generally. So we are not aware of what happened in Delta North, but in this part of the world, in this part of the state where I observed, the turnout was low, right? So if you were giving us all these many figures in this area where we observed, then we would have been wondering how manage, because there was this threat of the possible violent attack, reprisal attack. So people didn't come out to vote that much. So the margin, I wasn't expecting this level of margin. Even if everybody came out to vote, I was expecting that to be a strong fight between APC and PDP, especially with the last minute mobilization of APC. I am actually surprised at the margin. I may not be surprised that PDP is leading, but I am very surprised at the level of the wideness of the margin between PDP and APC.
Wow. Okay, thank you very much. So, from the results released so far, do you think that the coast is clear for the PDP?
Yes.
Simple.
You want clear for PDP?
Sir?
You said now that the coast is clear for PDP.
No, do you think
from the results so far, do you think that the coast is clear for PDP?
Go ahead, please.
I mean, from the results.
I'm sitting in the office of one of my friends.
Okay. Hello.
Baramatu.
Okay, I'm saying that from the results released so far, do you think that the coast is clear for PDP?
From the results released so far, what we have seen, Arise TV said they saw 11 yesterday. We have seen about, as we speak right now, we have seen about 19 to 20 local government out of 25. From the 19 to 20 that we have seen,
we have 23.
We have 23 now.
We have 23.
Hello?
We have 23.
23?
Yes.
From the 23 that we have seen, APC have not won more than 5.
No, 3.
If I'm
more than
5. Okay, all right. Okay, yes.
They have not gotten more than 5.
Yes.
So it's a zoom for PDP as far as I'm concerned. Although some of my friends will not agree with me, like I was saying, I'm sitting in the office of one of my friends, a medical doctor, and one of a captain in the army too, who has an adverse opinion to the things I'm saying right now. You can hear his voice at the background. He's the one responding. So, but the simple truth is that from the results that we are seeing, from the collation we are seeing, PDP is leading, and it's not a surprise. When I was in the studio the other day, I told you people that everything in this election favored PDP from the beginning. Although at a point in time, the body language of the sitting governor, Senator Dr. Efan Yokowa, started working against his choice candidates. It was obvious that his body language was working against him, and then the choice candidate took up the responsibility to start working for himself, and that's the result we are seeing today. So I think it's a lesson for everybody to learn. Don't take Nigerian people for granted anymore. That's good truth.
Okay, all right, thank you so much, sir. Just the final answer, the final question before we go, before we let you go. Are you expecting litigation from this case, from this result?
Very most certainly. Of course, you know that OMO-AGEGE is a litigant. OMO-AGEGE is a barrister, okay, and he has a whole arsenal of barristers behind him. We are already seeing Phil as we speak now. Even on Arise TV this morning, they were talking about even objection of the process. They were talking about halting the process of announcing the results by the level of objection and reports that has come from everywhere. So most certainly we are expecting a court battle after this election. But you know very well what happens with tribunals and court cases in Nigeria. We have had the history of that, and the history always favors the party that wins. So
exactly,
we can also extrapolate from what we have seen that it is also predictable. Because as we speak now, even the presidency is also in contention. We have 30 lawyers that is fighting on behalf of Obi. Recently, we heard that Atiku and PDP withdrew, from their filed request to accept the material that were used for the election, and inadvertently, so they have also already withdrew from the election, giving a free way for the elected president-elect to fight with Peter Obi's people. So you cannot rely on, like one of my friends in my civil society group said, when a man steals your goat and say go to court, know that the judge is his father. So So we are expecting litigation from our angle as a civil society group, but we are not expecting so much to come from the litigation. Whoever wins is always the one that wins at the end of the day.
Of course. And that is how we are going to draw the curtains for this morning. Thank you so much
for your response and contributions. Thank you so much, sir.
I'm so grateful. Thank you.
All right. Yes, viewers, that was the voice of Ambassador Darlington Ogaga, lending his voice on the current release result as released so far. We have 23 local governments so far released. Have we taken the last one?
Taking it.
The
Soko South.
Soko South, and from there it's getting very clear. It's getting clearer that our next governor is looking around the corner. So you are expecting your next governor?
We are all expecting our next governor.
So if you are asked the name, what will you tell the person?
If I'm asked the name of who are we expecting?
Yes, exactly. Looking at going by the results so far of or which party is he coming from?
It's coming from PDP.
PDP.
From the results so far announced,
we
can see that except we were expecting a miracle.
The miracle,
from the remaining 2 local governments.
Now let's look at his profile. I think he's experienced in public leadership. Yes, first as a member of the Delta State House of Assembly, and he rose to become the Speaker, and he has led the House for 4 years. And within these 4 years, it was rancor-free. There was no quarrel, no throwing of chairs, and okay, maybe you felt surprised as if because maybe you've never witnessed it. There comes a time where you will see, chairs flying among the lawmakers, and if you ask them, they will tell you that they decided to do that for the sake of the people that they represent. But in as much as they give that explanation, I still believe that there are more civil and special and intelligent ways to ventilate whatever anger that is pocketed.
Yes.
So my mother used to say that anybody they call Alhaji in the north is no longer a small person. Exactly. So for someone to have led the House of Delta State House of Assembly as Speaker for 4 years, is a sign that the person is well grounded in public leadership. So I think as a governor, he'll be coming with such wealth of experience, and being an insider, Speaker, Governor, the relationship, he must have learned a lot from the incumbent governor. But we can only celebrate that if you feel that the governor has performed. But from our assessment, don't you think that he has performed?
From the assessment of Deltans?
Yeah, Deltans.
From the assessment of Deltans, they are not sure that he has performed.
Okay, they are not. They have not convinced.
Yeah, they're not convinced that he has performed at all.
Okay. Though every story depends on the angle you look at it. The value or the worth of every story is determined by the angle you get it and the disposition of the reader.
Okay.
So those are just the things. By May 29, he will be coming on board, though he's yet to be declared the winner. But whoever that is declared will assume office come May 29 this year. Delta will be under a new leadership.
Is it under a new leadership?
Under a new leadership of the same party, but
the
under a new at that level, we shouldn't be talking about party. Look at it. It's now that we talk about party. It's the party that wins the election, not the candidate. But as soon as the candidate assumes office, we call it personal responsibility as against collective responsibility. Yes. At this level, you blame the party, but at that point, you blame the governor or the lawmaker. So that's the way it works. So we call on Deltas to remain peaceful, to remain orderly, and praying nation. We continue to pray for a peaceful conclusion of this process. And you can as well get involved in this program by calling on the number that is boldly written on the screen of your handset. You can call us and state your observation, make your contributions, and even if you have a different opinion about the ongoing exercise, you can as well share with us, or better still, you go to our comment section and drop your comments.
Share your ideas and what you think about this whole process.
So it's been wonderful, that you've been with us, and we are equally excited having you. Out of the so many stations you chose to remain with Barometer Voice, and I can assure you that it has equally been a rewarding exercise, and we have to remain here till the whole process is concluded. But when the result is declared, how are we going to? What will be your reaction?
Well, from the results we are seeing,
bearing in mind that you are still at work.
What should be my reaction? We congratulate them on behalf of Deltans.
Of course, and knowing very well that the media has the agenda setting role, we equally tell we assist the incoming governor in agenda setting. I think that we must do for sure. I think so, and we can do that, and we are planning on that already. The Barometer Voice is known for being vocal, being on the side of people, and characterized as a media station that promotes good governance. We have no favorite. We support whoever that will bring democracy dividend to the people. Yeah, exactly. That has been our hallmark, and we promise not to depart from that path. Again, we thank you for being with us. We are going on a very short break now, and when we return, we pray and hope that by that time the entire result must have been released. So we call out the remaining result, and through that process we ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Because we praise the saying is that new wine skin. It will not be. We pray that it will not be
putting the new wine on the old wine skin.
So we are expecting a brand new governor with a brand new vision, brand new plan, brand new program, and brand new initiatives.
Yes.
Are you sure we're going together?
Yes.
Okay, I can remember. You are highly religious. With God, all things are possible. Or you are saying that we can get it based on conviction.
Yeah. No, we hope to. We want it. So we hope we'll get it.
Okay. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Again, many thanks, and do stay with us. Please don't go away.
Be right back. Welcome back to Barometric Voice election headquarters, where we have been giving you minute by minute update of the just concluded Delta State elections. And so far, about 23 local government results have been announced, and we're still waiting for 2 local governments left. I think we have the Buru 2 local government area and the Warri Southwest local government area. The all Warri Southwest that you are waiting for, they are yet to be announced.
Okay.
That's what I've been waiting for.
As a layman, will they make any difference?
Like I said, the only thing we are expecting is a miracle. But aside that, from results we have announced so far, we can obviously see that who the winner will be.
But let's see, in Nigerian politics, anything can happen. And before now, Warri Southwest used to, pull the magic. But I don't think they're looking at the wide margin so far. I don't think it's will be able to do that. And even going by the result of the previous election, it appears the voting strength of the local government is whittled down for yet to be identified reasons. So, if this is the true picture, your guess is as good as mine. Going by the latest, the record we have with us. But let's take a glance at some of the results so far released for the benefit of our followers that did not, commence today's exercise with us. So we can start from the ones declared this morning.
Okay, for the ones declared this morning, we have Ugeli North.
Yes, Ugeli North, yes.
Ugeli North was announced this morning. We have Okwani local government.
Since there are few, we can take the figures, I think.
Ugeli North local government for APC, they got a total of 34,955, and the Labour Party got a total of 1,438, and then the PDP got a total of 15,198. This was in Ugeli North local government area.
That's it. Delta Central.
Yes, Delta Central.
Yes, exactly. Followed by Okwani local government area, and APC got a total of 7,591 votes. The Labour Party got a total of 791 votes, and the PDP got a total of 14,640 votes. And the Okwani local government, and then the Ndokwa West was also announced this morning, and the APC got a total of 10,252 votes, and the Labour Party 935, and the PDP 15,539, which was followed by the Warri North local government area. The APC got a total of 4,165 votes, the Labour Party 205, and the PDP 10,367 votes. The Isoko South local government area, it got a total of APC got a total of 15,954 votes, Labour Party 492, the PDP 19,963, and just coming in now we have the much awaited
we have the Buru 2 local government area. The Buru 2 local government area, the total registered voters are 112,867, accredited voters 25,627, and the APC got a total of 11,736, Labour Party 123, and the PDP 12,641 votes. The total valid votes 24,962, rejected votes 564, and total votes cast 25,526. Wow.
Your immediate reaction?
Just wow.
Wow, that's a new one. Well, you know what? I can tag this defeat with respect. Look at
what
it.
do you mean by
defeat?
Respect.
Going by the margin.
Okay.
A defeat with respect.
Why would you say it's a defeat with respect?
Compared to PDP defeated APC here at Burutu local government, but with respect.
Okay.
It was a narrow escape.
A narrow escape. It was a narrow escape.
No, it wasn't a narrow escape.
It was.
No, it wasn't. No. Do you know the value of one vote? I could remember when then I told my father that somebody just came first with two, with 2 marks. So it was not as if it just. Why didn't you? So the same thing. We are talking about 1,000 and something human beings.
Yes.
Assemble them in this, and before you know it, just assemble them in front of this plaza, and before you know it, police will arrive thinking that there is a protest, something unusual is about to happen. So that's to show you that, but that notwithstanding, I think APC fought like a man.
Yes.
In this local government, and Burutu, our reporter who filed in report from that axis during the election noted that it was peaceful, that the whole process was peaceful and orderly. And INEC officials on their part arrived on time, and they followed the due process in the discharge of their responsibility. So, since if you compare the report as delivered by our correspondent side by side with this result, you will say that the people have spoken.
They have spoken, exactly.
Yes, okay. So now we are left with one local government
area, which is the Warri Southwest local government area.
Do you know what? Let's excuse APC. If you were to be the candidate of YPP or any of the political parties that their names weren't mentioned, how would you be feeling by now?
I would react, because it's not possible for us to be left aside.
Okay.
There will be need for you to react, and it's now seem like it's just these three parties that contested.
Yes.
So I would definitely react.
Okay. Now, then if you are the candidate of the APC, because even so many online polls gave it to him and every other thing, and now it's going the other way.
Just like the presidential candidate of the Labour Party is doing. Okay. He is saying that he has so many proofs that
the Labour Party, the presidential
candidate of the Labour Party has said that he's taking this matter legal, and he has so many proofs and all that. If I were to be the APC governorship candidate in Delta State, and I think that I have proofs, and I feel like this would have been done in a better way. Maybe I've seen situations where I would have won and one or two things happened. I'll take up the matter from there, take it legal, follow due process.
Exactly.
As well.
During the conversation here yesterday, one of our guests described the Labour Party candidate as a candidate for the future. Was that assertion correct?
Wait, what is happening now? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
For the future.
For the future.
We're discussing that these results, we are surprised by these results, and that we thought that the opposition party was going to
take over.
So with this reaction, we cannot now say that the Labour Party is for the future. The same Delta that are voting for what we don't expect now, they won't do us any. They won't go for that Labour Party or whatever.
If like many of the commentators have been saying that he's not on ground, that he only came in from Lagos and this, that. But now that he has a structure to ride on, if he should stay back here and transform to a grassroots politician, don't you think that he will pull weight come 2027, during 2027 governorship election?
The opposition party, we thought that he pulled weight as well. So I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So if by your analysis, so we are in for PDP all the way.
It seems that way.
I have a contrary or a divergent opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, the late PDP chairman won Ebola for something like that. He declared as PDP at the federal level will lead this nation for 60 years. Look at it, based on their own projection that PDP will lead Nigeria for 60 years. But it succeeded in leading but for 16 years. That vision was truncated in 2015. Look at it. And likewise, what is going on in the state, in as much as they are enjoying the people's vote because they were not the one that, smuggled themselves to that position. I see a time when Deltas will say, okay, you know what? There must be an end to everything. We need another candidate or another party to let's try our hands or our luck with another party. Because so there must be an end to whatever. But that notwithstanding, the Barometer Voice election headquarters, we've been here with you right from Friday. That was 17 till today, giving you information about the ongoing governorship and the House of Assembly. I described it as ongoing. It wasn't a mistake, but because the process continues. Yeah, we are now at the point of collation and the announcement of results. And not that it's just starting. We are at the tail end of that process. 24 local government result has been released. So we are just left with one, and that one local government is Warri Southwest local government. And that delay in the report of the Warri Southwest local government is traceable to the inability of some part of the local government to hold the election on Saturday. It was postponed to Sunday, which is yesterday. So the election held yesterday, and our reporter right at the Inec headquarters in Asaba told us that the commission is expecting the result, and as soon as it is done, the winner will emerge. At that point, we shall all know the candidate among the 16 that will succeed the incumbent governor and occupy the Dennis Osadebe House in Asaba come May 29. Maybe according to philosophers, man is a political animal, meaning that we are all politicians. The only problem or the only difference is that most of us are not partisan. But maybe one of these days, luck may smile at us and we will find ourselves in politics. If you are declared the winner of any position and you are asked to wait for 3 months before you assume the position, what will you be doing? What will be going on in your mind?
Okay, apart from the fact that you'll be excited and all that, you'll start preparing yourself for what is to come.
What is to come, okay.
The projects, the development, infrastructure, how to make Delta great. That should just be what should be in your mind. It should occupy your mind. How to serve the public, how to be a better, governor. That's what should be in your mind, not I don't know.
But won't you be inching? Let it come, let it come. Oh, I'm getting tired.
You would have already known that that's how it's done. So I don't think that itching will be there because it's normal that you have to wait and.
Some may even travel abroad to go and rest because to say the truth, campaign in Nigeria is hectic.
It's very hectic.
So they must have done a whole lot of
gone through a lot of stress.
Yes, moving from one part of the state to another,
because
like that.
Going for that holiday is really important because when you come back straight to business.
Of course. So, but as human beings, that time you will see the what is it called? 24 hours we talk to like
the most important thing is that you're the governor elect or the most important thing is that you are already the governor-elect or president-elect. So
you're not very sure. We've witnessed a situation whereby just a day to go in
okay.
Bayelsa State,
overnight,
the man was stopped. So, but at least if you are sworn in, you enjoy some level of immunity. Had it been the man was, maybe that thing that removed him wouldn't have been able to. They would have cling to the provisions of the Constitution, which gives them that immunity. So, but yes, we need to go on with the conversation. It's still Baramatu Voice. We are Darling Station, beaming live from the Niger Delta region. We operate live from the heart of Warri, the commercial nerve of Delta State, South region, Nigeria, for reliable, authoritative, and undiluted information from the Niger Delta region. If that is your goal, search no more. You are at the right place, a Baramatu Voice. Do you have any contrary view to my position?
No.
No, exactly. Exactly. And you can join this conversation. We always love our conversation and the broadcast to be both participatory and interactive. And you can do that. You can join this conversation by calling on the telephone line boldly written on the screen of your phone or whichever device you are using. Or you can as well do what?
Drop your comment in our comment section and follow us on all our social media platforms as well.
Okay, so we continue to wait for the final result
from the Warri
Southwest, and as soon as that is come, we'll let you know. But even while we wait for the result, we expect to equally get your feeling about the whole entire process. At least every electoral process that will throw up a leader that will manage the affairs of the people for the next 4 years should be both process and outcome fair. So if you feel that it's been a fair process and the outcome is not disconnected from the process, you can call and tell us. If you equally have any, if you have a different opinion, you can as well share with us. Jerome Tommy is still my name, and with me right here in the studio is Vanessa. We are your host, and we appreciate you again for being with us. Baramatu Voice is a station to hook up to for socioeconomic issues, political and cultural news. We are the best when we are not just the best, but the foremost when it comes to issues such as this, and always do well to hook up with the Baramatu Voice. We are waiting up for our next governor, and it's a thing of joy. We are rejoicing here at Baramatu Voice. Yeah, why we do so is that we have been apolitical in the sense that we've been neutral and objective in all our reportings, and whoever that comes will lead us.
Yes.
All we pray, support and push is what? Good governance. Somebody who will bring that dividend of democracy to the doorstep of Deltans, and somebody that will make that environment conducive for businesses to do what? To thrive. That's what we've been praying for, and that's what we've been pushing, and that's what we've been, going after. And conclusively, we are getting to that point. Yes, Deltans have spoken through their votes, and the results are being counted and announced, and we are at the verge of concluding this entire process. And as soon as that is done, life continues and life goes on. We ask everybody not to go about with any form of animosity. If the result may not have gone your own way, that is the beauty of politics or democracy. Yes, the minority will express their views and their opinion, but the majority will have their way. That's the beauty of democracy. So, and that one of the attributes of the democratic people is for them, the ability for them to wait till the next 4 years.
Yes.
When another opportunity will be thrown open for you to try your hands again and know whether anything has changed.
Yes.
And that's what we encourage you to wear, that spirit of what? Patience, and wait till the next 4 years. In every electoral contest, somebody is what? Expected to do what? To win. And for someone to win, somebody must do what? Go down. That's what it means. So nothing that is happening now that is unusual.
Yes.
That is the process, and that is why politics is capped with the principle of what? Sportsmanship, the ability to congratulate each other, to accept defeat, and celebrate with the winner. Yeah, the shock continues and every other thing, but you know what? The ability to live above shock makes you a good Democrat. Or don't you think so?
Yes, I think so too. In politics, you expect the unexpected.
Exactly. Yeah. Politics is like a business, and I'm happy and excited over what is going on, and both at both national and state level. But that notwithstanding, the reported violence in Lagos, I think, remains condemnable.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think at this material time that's the best way to go, and it should be condemned. Yes, we are now going back to Asaba, the Inec headquarters, where collation and announcement of result is currently ongoing, with just one local government left. Yes, Mr. Charismatic, how are you again?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother and dear colleague. We must, from the studio here, appreciate you for the great work you are doing.
Yes.
Thank you. We are fast approaching getting to the end of this process.
Yes.
Okay, so now what is the political temperature like?
Yeah, actually, the coalition announcement was really going on well. But while the APC representative Ifeduku was challenging the result of Borutu local government, alleging that some places like Akugbene and others, there was no election, and results were recorded and in favor of the PDP. We now had a crisis in the hall, that hit up in the hall by a journalist, correspondent of Radio Nigeria. I don't know what actually happened, but it was said that somebody was sitting in a chair, lady was sitting in a chair, the lady went to ease herself and told somebody to keep the chair for her. But before she returned, these journalists have sat on the seat, and one journalist said, the lady came back and said, excuse me, the guy refused to stand up from the seat ahead. So the lady, after much appeal, went out to call a soldier. The soldier now talked to the journalist refused, and now said journalist to leave the hall. And when he said you leave the hall, a police officer now came and said that he has intervened for peace, so the journalist cannot leave the hall. The soldier insisted he must leave the hall. So the soldier now insulted the policeman, and the policeman said, if that journalist is going to leave, all the journalists in the hall will leave the hall. That's what now caused a crisis, a hit up. So because of that now, they hurriedly accepted the brutal result without going much and suspended collation to avoid crisis between the police and the army, because the other police officers at the gate, they all came inside the hall, wanted to think that the soldiers want to attack them, and soldiers also came. Thank God that it was averted, and there would have been a clash between the police and soldier at the Inec headquarters. That is the situation we are now. So based on that, the red now suspended announcement and collation till 1:30, so that they will be calm to ease the tension. Everywhere is still tense.
Wow. But the crisis came up not because of electoral process, but because of sitting arrangement.
Yes, it's just that why the APC representative Ifeduku was at that time challenging the result of Borutu, so that hit up was there at the front, while at the back this thing was happening. So it was not as a result of the result that led to the crisis. It was a chair that a lady was seated before she left. That's the version I had, because I didn't go there. I was writing my story, so I didn't get up to go and look what actually actually happen. But when my colleagues came, when I asked them what was happening, they said to a journalist. So I said, why would a journalist now sit in a seat to start standing up for the owner, for the soldiers and the police, and everywhere is still evil tense by now. But thank God it has been averted.
Is it that the hall is too crowded and
yes,
sitting
the hall is crowded. The military personnel here are even more than the what the number of military men and police officers here and observers are more than anything else. So the hall is really crowded.
Okay.
And Inec also feel that they didn't provide enough shares for everybody because some places are hanging by the windows and other areas.
Wow. Okay, back to the business of the day. So the whole thing is suspended now?
Yes, till 1:30. According to the rec, yes.
Alright, okay.
And it's believed by then everyone will come.
Okay, alright. The activities of that rec official is equally commendable. The way he's been managing the affairs since that yesterday.
Yes.
But while that is ongoing, will it still be possible for us to speak with any of the officials?
Okay, yes, let me walk there and see if any of them can talk to you right now because everywhere is tense and many are deserted. The only people you see around now is the military personnel and police with their guns waiting everywhere. Let me look for Inec official. Hello?
Yeah, why you do that? We have a question for you.
You said, okay, let me come out and hear you again. You know the hall is noisy.
Okay, alright, okay.
You said? You said what?
Okay, so while you do that, we have a question for you.
Okay.
So from the results released so far, what should Deltans expect?
What should Delta expect?
Yes, from the results so far released.
It's obvious that the PDP candidate have already won. The number of results that have been released and the percentage. So they should expect that the PDP candidate will be the winner within the next 3 hours. That is if you resume 30 and declare announce the remaining one result. We take 30 minutes break and analyze, and it should be expected that the governorship or the governor-elect of the state will be declared within the next 1 hour, in the next 3 hours.
Wow. Okay, that's all things being equal.
Hello?
I said, so all things being equal?
Yes.
Okay, alright. Many thanks. So you can assist us in contacting any of the members.
Okay, the place is crowded. Let me walk here. There is a sound of music inside the hall, so let me go back to the hall. I'll be outside.
Okay, alright. Okay.
I only want to speak with you. Feduku is here. The APC representative.
That's fine. What do you
I'm not too far to speak with you. You're on live for radio. Okay. Hello?
Yes, hello, Mr. Feduku.
Yes, sir.
And how are you this afternoon?
Good afternoon, my brother.
Yeah, Jerome is my name, and with me here in the studio is
Prebo Vanessa.
Okay.
Yeah, what is going on? Can we get your own side of the story?
Okay, first let me just say, let our people be calm. Okay. Elections can sometimes be very testy, but it's important that everybody is calm.
Thank you so
There's
much.
no need for any worry because the law has provided avenues to be followed, processes to be followed.
Exactly.
Now what we are doing here is collation of results. The results are being collated peacefully. We as APC have raised objections and those objections are predicated on the law, which says that where there are disputes regarding any result from a polling unit or any collated result, that the collation officer or the returning officer ought to take 4 steps. Chief among those steps are: 1, the returning officer ought to call for the result of the polling unit. 2, he also ought to call for the BVA so that he can use the BVA's accreditation data to check with the result that is being disputed. Now, yesterday
yesterday when we did raise that position, that dispute, we were assured that our dispute as raised under section 64(6) of the Electoral Act will be considered. As of today, they have also again told us that it will be considered, but they told us yesterday to put all our objections in writing. We did inform them that the Electoral Act does not say that we should put objections.
Right. Hello. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're on the line.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so on the request of the state returning officer, we actually put our objections or the disputes we have raised in writing. We have submitted them, but let it be known to all Deltans that just a while ago, the state returning officer refused to acknowledge the copies of our objections, but he was the one who asked us to put them in writing. But that is immaterial. Our objections have been well raised, and they are already everywhere in the media that we did raise those objections. Now, should he proceed as he deems fit, then we will not take further steps. But we know that under the law, he cannot do anything except those results are brought and the beavers machine is brought before any other further steps can be taken. But we want to assure our people that we are on top of this. We do not want any violence. We do not want people, being out of concerns or worry, do anything that is unlawful. Senator OMO-AGEGE had advised us on the steps to take. Those steps we are taking very seriously at the moment. So we feel good that we have an avenue to follow the law at the Collation Center. And we just want to assure our people that we know that Senator OMO-AGEGE won this election based on the use of the beavers. Any result that is not a product of the beavers will be thrown away, but it may just be a question of time.
All right, thank you so much. In fact, we must obviously appreciate you for your choice of peace and civility in the entire process, and equally your principle for choosing the path of orderliness and calling for calm among your teeming followers. We sincerely hope that everything, the twisted processes will be unbundled and the truth will come to light. Again, many
thank
thanks,
you so much.
And we wish you well. Enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you.
Amen.
Bye.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, so I should look. Did I look for another party agent? Or?
That would be fine if you can. Yes.
Okay, the Labour Party agent is here. Let me give to the Labour Party. The PDP, I've talked to him before. He didn't want to talk. So let me give it to the Labour Party agent.
Okay, all right, okay.
Chairman, please, I'm sorry. Last program on radio, they want to speak with you. Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, this is Barabato Voice calling you live from Warri. It's a live program. Who exactly are we speaking with, please?
My name is Chief Tony Ezago, the state chairman of Labour Party.
Okay, Chief Tony, how are you this afternoon?
I'm not doing good, though.
You're not doing good.
I'm not doing good.
We are praying nation.
You saw what we did in presidential elections, and this will now turn the thing to war. It became a complete vote buying activity. So at the end of the day, it became the highest bidder that takes the time. So that's all. Nothing fantastic is happening any longer. It's no longer interesting, So I think it's quite unfortunate that these things are going like this. We thought Nigeria was developing, but as it is today, politically, democratically, we are not developing at all. We are even going back instead of going forward. It's quite unfortunate.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that, Chief. Thank God for this conversation, because we'll be longing for a way to get across to you and, schedule an interview with you. But, as luck we have it, thank God that we are speaking now. So, you are not happy with the outcome of this election?
Sure. Nobody, no rightful thinking human being will be happy with what is happening here. You know.
Is it at the polling unit or what happened on Saturday, which is on Saturday?
Yeah, it is Saturday now. It is Saturday.
I mean, is it you are not happy with what is happening at the Collation Center or what happened on Saturday? Sorry,
no. What happened on Saturday? Collection Center has nothing to do. Okay. It's what they collect and give to the center they will read. It's what they bring from the local governments that they will read. So at the end of the day, there is not much to talk about. So so the issue is let us just allow things to be, give peace a chance, and that's all.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So sir, what's your anger?
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, what's your anger actually? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because you said you're not happy at all with the whole process. What actually is your anger?
Yes, I'm not happy the way the events went, the way the elections went. The election in the presence of it didn't, in fact, it was not an election. It was like people buying something from market, you know. It was just as if people go to market, the highest bidder, if I'm pricing a shirt and you come and you say, I'll pay you this shirt, if I tell you 5,000, somebody comes and tell you 10,000, you will give the person 10,000, isn't it? You collect the 10,000. So what actually transpired was, you know, in fact, I don't understand. I don't know the English to use on it, but it was quite unfortunate that it happened the way it happened. But all the same thing, we will continue.
Yeah, exactly. But sir, people are saying, these analysts are saying that it's not about Labour Party but Obedient Movement, which of course majority of them are not member of Labour Party, and now that Obi is not in contest, they've gone back to where they all came from.
That is not true. That is not true. The true sense of it, if we are talking about all this and we are saying it, look at the situation, look at the humiliation even on APC. They did not see it. So eventually it is not question of Obi or not Obi. The question is that they saw what happened that time and they decided to just buy the vote, and they were paying whatever they like for the votes, and people are hungry. People are hungry, so they are collecting their money and voting, and that's all.
Okay. Yeah. So the result declared so far is not the true reflection of the people's will.
It's not at all the people's will at all.
Wow. So what should Deltans expect, sir, in the coming days?
Well, there's nothing we will expect than going to tribunal. That's the only option that is left.
So are you for closing that plan that Labour Party will go to the tribunal?
We'll definitely go to tribunal. That's our right now. How can we forgo it? We'll go to tribunal. We'll go to tribunal, there's no doubt about that.
Wow, okay. When are they... Hello, sir.
Hello, I'm with you.
When are they reconvening the house?
They just said 1:30.
No.
1:30, yeah.
Oh, okay. As we wait for the
final collection, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. We still have these questions for you, sir, which will equally help us, help our viewers understand your position. Yes.
Okay. So, sir, what are your evidences that you were actually robbed?
Hello, come again.
What are the evidence that you were robbed? Do you have any evidence that you were
evidence?
robbed?
Well,
yes.
When we get to tribunal, or have you turned yourself to tribunal?
No,
when we get to tribunal, the evidence will come. Don't worry. If we don't have evidence, we will not be going to tribunal. Right. So, but if you tell me you have considered yourself to come to tribunal,
no, we are just media
you will not adjudicate over the matter. All
right, so thank you so much, sir. No, yeah, the collation and the announcement is still ongoing. In as much as the remaining local government is yet to be declared, everything can happen. So
nothing can happen. It is over.
It's over.
It is over. It's remaining just one local government that cannot change anything.
Okay, all right. If nothing happens at the collation center, we wish you well that something will happen at the tribunal. Yes.
Definitely. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thanks. It's nice talking to you.
All right. It's been wonderful speaking with you, Susan.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Abel, we obviously appreciate your commitment and every other thing that you've been doing. Yeah, you said that the PDP guy is not willing to speak with us.
No. But the ADC senatorial candidate, and who is the state agent here, ADC.
ADC, yes, the agent, the state agent.
The state agent, I was also the senatorial candidate.
Okay, all right. Let's talk to him, and maybe while we speak with the ADC agent, you help us talk to the PDP guy because his comment is equally necessary. They are the winning team, so there shouldn't be any reason for them to feel for them not to speak with the media, and we don't have a vested interest. Yes.
Okay, let me give it to the ADC senatorial candidate. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
And how are you this afternoon?
Well, we're blessed.
Yeah, we are calling you from Baramatu Voice. Jerome is my name, and here with me in the studio is
Prebo Vanessa.
Yes, so you are the ADC agent at the Collation Center.
Yes, I'm the ADC agent at the Collation Center, State Collation Center.
Okay, from your perspective, what is going on?
Well, my name is Maworo Sylvester Mava.
Okay.
Yes, and the center now, we're just waiting for just one result. So far, so good. PDP is taking the lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if it is an error from this end or from that of our reporter from the Collation Center. We've not seen any score appeared in your favor all through.
Oh, my favor. Okay, from ADC.
Yeah, ADC, yes.
I think it's on the record. It's on the scoreboard.
Okay.
The ones we have is on the scoreboard.
Okay, all right. So how is it? How far or how well have you fared?
No, in the governorship race, we could remember like 3 weeks ago, the ADC adopted Sheriff. So that's why we adopt Sheriff.
Okay,
yes.
you are among the 8 political parties that adopted him.
And we're among the 8 political parties that adopted Sheriff, and then we had to make all our agents work for a PDP governorship candidate.
Wow.
All our agents, so they have multiple agents, and then we have our canvassers that also works for them. So you see, that's why the PDP today, at the election, they came out gloriously.
Yeah. So you have no reservation against the result as published.
No, we have no reservation.
So you are like invariably you are winning.
Yes, we are winning. Yeah, we are winning. Exactly.
All right, that's a very good one. But do you think that the issues raised by the opposition, All Progressive Congress, is lacking in merit?
Yeah, it's lacking, of course, because they did the same thing in some areas where Inec officials.
Sorry, for the purpose of clarity, you said they did the same thing in.
What I mean by they did the same thing, they won some areas, some key areas. That APC occupy, like the area where the DSP came from. He won his area.
Okay.
He's won Ugeli North. Hello.
Okay, I'm with you. So
yes,
because it sounds contradictory if you say they are accusing you people of
PDP. This is a PDP state. This is a PDP state.
Okay.
Remember what happened at the first election? ADC adopted Labour Party at the national level. We worked for Obedient, we worked for Labour Party at the presidential level, and they worked also for us at the National Assembly also. So this time around, the state level, we have to join forces with PDP to make sure that the victory is sure.
Okay, All right, but Labour Party is not it's not part of those that formed this emergency marriage with PDP.
No. We didn't. No.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So.
In all of this, what's your advice to the APC?
Okay, for the APC,
yes,
they should accept defeats. They should accept defeats. You understand that at the federal level, we would hear people say go to courts. That's exactly what we're telling them at the Collation Center. Go to courts. Go and seek the redress from tribunal. I think it's better that way.
Wow. Well, it's been wonderful speaking with you. I don't know how to describe it, whether it is the ADC
senatorial, Delta Central senatorial candidate, at the same time the state coalition officer.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yes.
That's a very good one. It's been nice speaking with you again. Many thanks for the time. And maybe if there is any need for us to speak with you again, be gracious to respond to our questions.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you very much. All right.
Their advice: accept defeat or go.
Hello. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we are with you again. Thanks for the good work you are doing. For Baramatu Voice, we obviously appreciate. And is the PDP agent not willing to speak?
Yeah, I've even left. The state chairman that's here, I've even left now. The only PDP person I can see here now, because of the break, is Nelson Eguare, who is SSC major.
Yeah, can we speak with Nelson? Yes, is very familiar with Baramatu Voice.
Okay, let me go inside and give me phone that I want to speak with him.
Okay.
It's the only PDP person I can notice around here.
Is the chief press secretary not by chance available? The chief press secretary, Lisa.
Okay, let me just go in and look for him. Yes, Nelson Eguare. Yes, Nelson Eguare. Eguare. Okay. So can you just wait for a few minutes?
No problem. Yeah, hello viewers. Okay. We encourage you to hold on. We are doing this in order to serve you, better. Our correspondent in Asaba at the State Collation Center is getting us connected to people, the right people to speak with you and to speak with us so that you can get a very...
Hello, ma'am.
Hello?
Okay. Still on call.
Hello?
I'm just trying to see if I can see any officials of the Inec that can speak now.
Okay.
That's it. Hello? Hello, sir. Hello, can I greet you, sir?
Hello, yeah, is that Mr. Honorable Nelson?
Yes, boss.
All right, okay, well done. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay, we are calling right from the studio of Baramatu Voice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, so how is it going? What's your reaction to the results so far declared?
Well, it's a sign of the fact that Deltans still have faith in the PDP, and that over the years the party has done well in positioning the state among the League of States in the country. Since 1999, the state has been governed by PDP, and subsequent governors have done so well to make life meaningful and better for the people of the state. And so the election of yesterday, that's the president, is a testament to the fact that the party has done well in the state, and of course you can see the result for yourself.
Thank you
so
much.
So far so good. The PDP has won in 20 out of the 24 local governments announced so far.
Wow.
So yes, and we're expecting the last one, which is Warri Southwest, and I'm sure we won there too. So if that happens, it means it's 21 over 4. That's 21 to 4 rather.
Okay. All right, so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Nelson, and again, congratulations for the scores so far released. But even as you celebrate, are you aware that there are pockets of protest coming from the opposition or Progressive Congress? What do you have to say about that?
Well, we have advised them to, first of all, the election was conducted in line with provisions of the law, the laws of the country, basically the Constitution and of course the Electoral Act 2022 as amended. And for an election that the party won in 6 constituencies, that's the highest they have so far won in the history of the state. So for them to turn around to describe the election as not complying with the standards provided by the law is unacceptable to us as a party, and we have asked them to congratulate the winner, that is the man already destined to win, Sheriff OBOREVWORI. They should congratulate us and move on, or otherwise they should challenge the results in court.
Wow. Okay, so invariably, are you saying that their protest is lacking in merit?
Certainly lacking in merit. It lacks its pedestal and is unacceptable as far as we are concerned. We have reports of how the DSP held election officials hostage for days in Orogu just to manipulate results there. And you saw what he brought from Ugele North, even though he got 34,000, which we believe that they were allocated by himself. We still had about 15,000 in that same Ugele North. So we are not bothered, but he should meet us in court if he wants to challenge the outcome of the election.
Wow. Okay, so what's your message, final message to Deltans? Even as we wait for
I want to thank Deltans for their support, and I want to assure them that the Okowa administration has not ended yet. The administration will continue to do what it was elected to do up till May 29, 2023, when it will hand over to the incoming administration of Sheriff OBOREVWORI, who will soon be announced as a winner of the election. And of course, I ask them to extend the same hands of cooperation to the incoming government, because he has promised to do more for Deltans. Certainly, we should be expecting more projects, more empowerment, more developments across the entire breadth of the state.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Oga.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. I would like to get your number. I'll tell John Go to give it to me. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you so much. That was the voice of Mr. Nelson Egwari, one of the media assistants to the governor, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State. He just spoke to tell you his feeling about and the true position of Mr. Abel, welcome back to Voice Studio. Okay, so have we been able to get any of the Inec officials?
Yes. He said?
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Have you been able to get any of the Inec officials?
When I was still at the Inec office, yes.
Have you been able to get hold of any of the Inec officials?
To speak with
us. The Bukola Ojemed, the one you spoke with yesterday.
Okay, yes.
The HOD, voters education and publicity.
Alright, no problem. He's
the only one around. His volunteer doesn't have time. No, just a minute, live program. Just a minute, you can speak with him now. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello, sir. Put it on speaker.
Hello.
Okay. Hey, it's my phone. Can you hear?
Yes, we are with you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, hello.
We are with you.
Okay, so you put okay.
Can you hear us now? Good afternoon.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. So, please, just quickly, can you give us update of what's going on?
Okay, as we speak, we have collected 24 LGAs.
Okay.
And right now, we are waiting for the arrival of the collected local government results for Warri Southwest.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, hold on just 1 second again. So how are you people addressing the ongoing pockets of challenges?
I'm not hearing you well.
Hello, I'm asking that there is this, some level of protest coming on from the APC. How are you addressing it?
Well, you know that is also part of the electoral process.
Exactly.
It is expected that at the level of collection, by the provisions of Section 65 of the 2022 Electoral Act, you are empowered as an agent to declare a dispute.
Okay.
Of course, that should be backed up with a written petition addressed to the returning officer. Of course, those petitions will be processed, notwithstanding that the collation and declaration will be going on pari passu.
Okay.
So we have had a couple of such petitions dropped before the returning officer. That should not in any way disrupt the processes.
Sorry, sir, but the APC representative there, raised the particular issue that the REC refused to acknowledge some of the petitions.
I don't hear you. I didn't hear you. What you said was
that the REC official refused to acknowledge the petition, even after asking them to go and put it in writing.
Okay, maybe you are speaking out of not having the right information. At the level of collection, the REC has no power. Please go back to Section 65.
Okay.
The REC job stops at the point of issuing out materials for election.
Okay,
Once
yes.
you begin to enter resource, is the collation officer at all the levels that has the power. Okay. So REC cannot even influence what goes on at the polling unit.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Thanks for this clarification. We appreciate your time and your willingness to speak with the Baramatu voice.
Okay, John Good is on the line.
Okay, all right. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Abel, thank you so much, and we are grateful. Or do you still have any other person in line?
No, I did not talk to. Said that since you are spoken with at least 3 political parties.
Of course, yes. It was a very good outing. We appreciate it.
I did not bother to any other person again.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
I'm only looking at the test of the area because it seems the Nigerian Army, they called one of their buses and he came and left with the police officer after some talk. The most police officers since the soldiers also called. So that was what I was looking at before.
Okay.
But the tension has down because the GSS, they also came with their own squad with their senior personnel, just the way the Nigerian Army came with their senior personnel and the police too.
So at that level, it's like it will be wrong to refer to what is happening as if it's as to a war.
Yeah, but everything has done, no quarrel again. I can see that the junior ones have separated themselves from the senior ones. The senior ones are not discussing in different corners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's a very good one.
The senior GSS and the senior the army man that just came.
Okay.
They moved to the side now, not discussing.
All right. Thank you so much for keeping us posted. In fact, you've done so well. God bless you. Yeah, we have to excuse you now, and definitely we'll come back in no distant time. Until the final result is released, I don't think we are going to give you the needed break. So kindly bear with us. We are doing it. It's part of our effort to contribute towards national development or nation building. Again, many thanks from the studio.
Thank you.
All right, our viewers, what do you have to tell the viewers? It's getting very interesting.
It's really getting very interesting.
Very interesting. Yes.
These are the things that you would normally expect from such processes.
You now see why I described it as elite struggle. It's like a pot of soup. So everybody struggling to get his own share. Who controls what and but on the whole, when there is a saying that when 2 elephants fight, what happened? The grass suffers.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in this circumstance, it will not be out of place to say that Deltans. We can leave it at that point. So we are expecting your reactions and contributions, comments, and you can do this by using the telephone number on your screen to call us. We are open to have a conversation with you, and that will be very, very appreciated. It will assist us in making this whole program both participatory and interactive. But that will be after this timeout, as we are heading for a short break.
Yeah.
But even while we're on break, you can access us using our comment section to drop whichever comment or concern you have. Okay, so we thank you once again for remaining with Baramatu Voice. Again, Jeromario Tommy is my name, and with me is a very hard-working Vanessa. Vanessa was away for some days, and but while there, she was working heavily and seriously behind the camera. Again, thank you, and
thank you so much. We'll be right back.